Hi everyone, so welcome to episode number 7 of the Learning to Read series. Now this is an episode that's a little bit different. We wanted to keep it within the series just to show you the realities of what it's like sometimes in a session. What you'll notice is that we don't have the best progress in this session. There's a little bit of frustration, there's a lot of being hyper, and we're not really showing characteristically what Winter is capable of doing. But at the end of the day, that's a reality. Sometimes we do have sessions which don't go as planned, and we want to make sure that you can see that in our journey too. Not every session is going to be perfect, and we want you to see how we sort of interacted in some of the evaluations that we had along the way, even though this session was a little bit of a train wreck. But it's just part of the process, and come on and see what it's like, and you can let us know what you thought about the session after.
Hello.
Shall we say hi to them, tell them who we are, and then what we're gonna learn?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
My name is Winter.
What are we gonna do today?
I think blending.
Yeah, we are going to do some blending. Okay, so we're going to start off by having a look at some of our sounds. See if we remember them.
I want to know that's one and this one.
Okay, you can tell them. What's that one? Good. How about that one? Good. How about that one?
I think they can actually spell one.
Yeah, they do. We can. And then how about that one? What is it? Yeah. And then, let's see these ones. How about that one? You got it. How about that one? Nice. How about this one?
That's the one where I get confused with her.
But you know, what is it?
What's that called again?
Oh, I think you know it.
I know it, but I've got it one. What's it called? No. I'm trying to remember this.
Oh, I know. It's in there. It's in there. You've got it.
It's in here.
It is. It is.
But my brain is not working to tell me.
Shall I tell you?
Yeah?
This one is D.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, tell me, what is that one?
D.
You got it. And how about that one?
E.
Nice job. Okay, let us do some blending, see how much we remember, okay? All right.
You love that black pen.
I do. I've got a small one today though, don't I?
Small. How small is that? I can already do this one, I think.
Okay.
A sa.
Yes, nice job. Okay, what about if I do this?
Sat.
Good job.
It's like you have sat.
Yes, very good. Okay. Oh, that was really bad.
What's that letter?
I don't know.
That did not look like a pet.
How about now? What is that?
Big one.
Yeah, it is.
I just wanted to say that.
You got it. So together. So we've got
P.
Go on, put it in your hands. What's the first one? So start with that one.
Pan.
Oh, you're so close. Pa.
I know what it's gonna be if we add a T.
Okay, tell me.
Pat.
Good job. What does pat mean? Yeah, exactly. What do you normally pat?
A kitten.
Yeah, you do.
Or a dog.
I think what was quite good there is that in her head she could visualize what pat would be.
Absolutely.
You know, like she could see she had pet in written down, and then she could kind of visualize in her head the T and make that sound.
Yeah, it's quite nice because it's really showing us that she's engaging with the letters.
Exactly.
It's not that memorization.
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
is really understanding the letters, and she's getting to grips with the fact that, okay, when we're making these different combinations, we make different words.
Yeah.
So it is really nice to see, and although, you know, she was a little bit hyper at the beginning of the session, it's nice to see that she's actually engaging with it.
Absolutely.
And she's able to apply it to different things.
100%. And even then in the previous word, when she was able to tell us the meaning of the words, you know, and then actually put it into a larger sentence.
Yeah.
I think it's really impressive.
And I mean, we've jumped really quickly to doing the sort of 2-letter to the 3-letter immediately. Absolutely. And she's not having to take those steps. We're seeing her reading become a lot more automatic.
Absolutely. It's what we want to see.
All right, shall we read this one? What's that?
Dad, you don't have to tell me this. I learn this every single day.
Okay, tell me.
I come here.
You got it. So we've got
Can I tell you something?
Tell me.
Why every day? Every day we have an A, and if I stop, we have an A.
I know. A is in a lot of words.
Even apple?
Yeah, even apple.
No, not an apple. That's an apple.
Yeah, that's true, but that's still an A. All right, come on, let's do this. We've got T, A. So pop them in your hands.
Peppa.
So we've got T, A.
Tap. I think I have two guesses because I think I know two things when we had the first letter because they sound like two.
Okay, shall I put another letter in and see if we can do it?
What was this one again?
Oh, you tell me. I think you know that one.
Pa?
This one is T, A. Start with that one. Ta.
Ta.
You got it.
So it's either ta or pa.
So we've got ta,
Ta.
and then
Pa.
so think ta.
Tapo.
Tapo? What's a tapo?
Because it sounded like that.
So just the letters that we've got. Ta.
Tap.
Yes, good.
A tap. It's like.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny because it's always down together.
She's got the apple. She's got the apple in her head just now. And it's funny to see that because it's almost like she's grappling with the t and the p sounds at the start, which we haven't really seen before. We haven't seen that sort of mixing up with the t and the p.
Exactly,
with Winter before, but I think she's trying to speed ahead in this sense of getting the full words.
Exactly.
Instead of looking at the sounds at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think it's that rushing a little bit to want to read the full word, which is nice in a way that she's wanting to rush ahead and read the full word. But then again, we do need to consider, you know, what are the first sounds that we're saying,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Like the eagerness is really nice to see, but it can't interfere with the like consistency.
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly. And I think we see that quite a lot with kids who want to read. You know, they're really motivated to read. They're trying to cut corners and they're trying to go too fast.
Always.
And I've seen a lot where the kids might get a little bit frustrated with the idea of, oh, why are we still doing these two-letter sounds when I can read the full words? But it's that idea of, okay, we need to make sure that we're really confident with the idea of the double letter blending before we move on to the full words, just so we're not cutting any corners.
Absolutely.
And we're really solid.
Yeah, and you're not, you know, running into problems like later on with much more complex words. Yeah.
All right, let's do this one. What sound is that? Say the sound properly. What is it? You got it. How about that one? You
I
got
think
it.
this is going to be mad.
Oh, so just do the first two, but you're right.
Ma.
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 Good. And then what if I put this at the end?
Mat. Mat.
Ooh, you're so close. Ma.
Man.
Yes, very good.
That's funny.
How
Like-
about if I do this?
I think I know how to like mum.
Okay.
I know
Well,
how to
let's do
mum.
this one first.
Ah.
Do we say T or do we say T? Yeah, very good. So we got
Tem.
So do the first two. Put them in your hands.
Ma.
Ma. Very good. So we've got ma.
And Tammy.
Yeah.
Ma.
Mat.
Mat.
Good job.
That was easy.
The only thing I would say is that, so you know when she's doing the individual sounds and she's going to be like really elongating it, it's almost not correct. And so when she gets to putting them together, she almost can't because those aren't the sounds that she said.
Yeah,
So if she had
absolutely.
done then it's easy to go ma. Whereas going they're very different, you know?
They are, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think in this particular case, she's very, very excited and not super focused on the sort of foundations that we're looking at.
Yeah.
It happens, you know, not every session is going to be super perfect all the time. And it's this kind of case of persevering through it and trying to bring her back into the focus.
Definitely.
Because what we're seeing here is that when we do bring her back into the focus, she's able to do it. But her initial presentations and her initial sounds are elongated or they're overly expressed, which is causing her issues in actually blending the words.
Absolutely.
And then that coupled with the sort of rushing to, oh, is that man? Is that mat? Is that map?
Exactly.
Before properly processing missing it.
Well, there
we're missing something here.
Yeah, and there she said the word is going to be mad, and then you wrote the t, and yet she still said mad. Because she was like, I don't really mind what is going to be there. I'm going to tell you what I want to see. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's a fine balance, actually. And I think with days like this, parents in particular who are at home might be, you know, sort of bashing their head against the wall and thinking, what can I do here? And, you know, as educators, I think, you know, we're the same way. We might be a bit like, oh God, you know, this is really not going in the right direction. And it's just making sure that we are confident in ourselves that, okay, fine, you know, this session might not go exactly as planned, but we can try and still get something out of it. We can still make progress, but it might not be the initial plan that we had.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Don't tell me like this. I already know this
tell me.
whole word.
Well, we don't want the whole word yet. We just want the first two. Very good. So
pan.
You're so close. Just pa. Very good. And what if I do that?
I want to know that. I forgot what I said that.
Go on, tell me.
Pan.
Yes, very nice. The thing is that she knows what the spelling is going to be. So when I wrote that pan, she knew it. Okay, instantly that's pan.
Yeah.
So it's in there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's absolutely in there.
Definitely.
It's just the focus on this is what we're actually doing right now.
Breaking it down. Yeah, absolutely. Almost like the final word isn't the goal. It's like the individual sounds, the blending sounds, exactly.
Let's do a couple more words and then.
Why do you always do the whiteboard? You don't have to tell me.
Okay, do serious though. Is it?
That's not. That's the letter.
Which letter?
E.
You got it. Start from the beginning.
P. A.
Is it?
Oh. E.
You got
Let me
it.
just fix it. This is a.
Okay, come on.
P. E. Let me just close.
Okay, let's read it first.
P. P. A.
What's that one?
Ah.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Wow. Why do we always do sounds?
Well, because we got to learn them, don't we?
We should do letters.
Okay, so what sound is that?
P. I thought you were pointing to this.
This one here.
No. Because the A is always in the middle.
It is. E.
E. P. E. P. Pen.
So see, you know what you're doing? You're going p, e, and then you're adding another letter. We only want two. P, e, p.
I'm getting confused.
Well, you're thinking about an actual word, okay? Because look, if I did this, then that would be p, e, pin, right?
What is that?
But when we only have two, we're going p, e, p, p, pin, right?
Because I always forget about doing two letters.
So in our mind, look, we need to only blend together the words the letters that we've got, okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, if we're trying to blend the sounds, but we're thinking about words, then we're gonna confuse ourselves, aren't we?
I just got confused because we used to have three letters in one. Then it just all the letters disappear.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so try this one with just the two.
No.
E.
I'm just gonna say
Okay. Put them in your hands. What's in your first hand?
I keep on doing the letter.
That's okay. Not with the n, just p, e, p.
Pin.
Just p.
Pin.
You keep saying pin.
I keep on doing that.
Okay, so think p, p. That's it. Okay?
Well, how does that make p?
It does. P, p. And then we're going to
My brain is so confused because how do we have 2 letters, but how did you only make one of them?
Well, see, that's what we're doing though, aren't we? Because we're taking lots of different letters and putting them together to make one thing. That's what blending's all about. It's all about putting the individual things together into one.
I feel like in her head, she thinks that like p on its own and p as in p is like the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh, the i is not changing the sound.
It's almost like she can't hear the difference between what we're trying to make here.
Just like t and I. T. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And it is, I guess it is kind of tricky if you think about it.
Absolutely.
And I think this is really being compounded by her sort of demeanor in this session just now. And I think, you know, we said a little bit earlier that this session really isn't an ideal one to look at. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going to have some sessions like that. And just overall, I think it's difficult when the kids are in that sort of frame of mind.
Yeah, definitely.
As to what you're going to do within that session.
Exactly.
Right.
And it can be quite honestly frustrating, I think.
It can be.
From, you know, as a like educator's point of view, because especially if that child is usually very engaged and very focused, and then they come in and they're like all over the place, and that can be because maybe they had a busy day before and they've come from quite a high energy environment. Yeah, it's just important to go in with an open mind.
I think this is a sort of opportunity to explore some different things as well. You know, movement breaks can be really beneficial in these sorts of situations. In this sort of case where she is really struggling to blend these words together, which isn't characteristic of where she's at.
Yeah.
You know, she's been doing really well with the blending, and I think this might have been a good opportunity to say, okay, maybe we're not going to do blending today, and we're going to do some work on reinforcing the letter sounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, maybe even doing some coloring activities or things like that.
Yeah.
And changing things up a little bit so that we can still get the most out of the session. Because I think at this point, we're trying to labor the sort of, let's just blend these.
Yeah, like keep going.
Yeah.
And it will eventually lead into like burnout, or it can, sometimes the child can get like quite upset, really.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, you know, you're frustrated, they're frustrated, and where do you go from there?
Exactly.
And that's not something we want. We don't want to create that environment within a session, or if you're doing it at home, we don't want to create that sort of environment at home.
Absolutely, because what it does is kind of creates a sense of fear, and then they're not going to want to revisit it, because all they'll kind of picture is, well, what happened last time we did that? We both ended up really like frustrated, and so I don't want to do it anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Instead you want to be like, okay, it's not working today, that's fine. We will visit it when we are in a better headspace to do so.
And using that time as well to further build a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, you might not be getting loads of work done, but a lot of learning is about the relationships, isn't it? And when you're faced with a situation like that, you might think, okay, well, maybe the most important thing to do now is just strengthen that relationship, so that we're continuing to be trusting, and we're continuing to be in a sort of open environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that the next time we come through, maybe when we're in a different frame of mind, then it is actually, okay, we're ready to get on with this. Now I'm going to tell you a word, and I want you to write the first sound, okay?
The
first sound. So you don't need to write the whole word, just the first sound, okay?
Okay.
So if I say to you the word pin.
I know this. I'm drawing in the middle of my paper.
Okay.
Big pen.
Good job. Next word is tip.
Doesn't tell me any letter.
Yeah, I just need the first one, okay? Good job.
Giant.
Okay, your next word is tan.
Is that a letter?
It is.
Yeah. That's me.
That's a big one, isn't it? Good job.
I feel like it's really important to I always like to compare these kind of situations to what it's like to be an adult. And like when you don't want to do something, but you have to do something, and how frustrating it can be, and how like agitated you get, and like you want to do anything else.
Absolutely, and you can kind of see it here. I mean, she knows when we're saying tan, she knows how to spell it. I know she knows how to spell
Exactly.
it. But we can see with the writing of the letters, massive.
Absolutely.
Being really aggressive.
I don't
almost.
want to do this.
Exactly.
And it's like, we've all been there.
Oh, yeah,
we've all
absolutely.
been there.
We do need to be mindful and we need to be empathetic to that, don't we?
Absolutely, yeah.
And just because, we've sat down for this hour of reading and writing practice, that doesn't mean we necessarily need to force it. Because when you force it, it's not going to happen, is it?
Absolutely. And I think it's something that I also think, like, with being an adult, we obviously now know regulation strategies, and we also know that, okay, if we do this now, then we can relax afterwards. But as a child, you don't quite have that understanding, because
Absolutely.
they're then going to go home and their mom's going to be like, okay, well, go do your bed, go brush your teeth. It's this always having to listen being told what to do, and how much do we hate being told what to do as adults too. It's always like, well, now that you've told me to do it, I don't want to do it anymore.
Exactly.
So it's the same principle. It's very, very easy to forget that.
So last one is the word nap. So what's the first sound of the word nap? You got it, good job.
Dad! Like, close your little eyeballs.
Okay, hold on, wait. Let's tell them what we did first before we do that.
We're blending. I start. Then we went from me to like the words to like the start of the words, then to like the end, then to like back to the start.
Yes, we did. Okay. And how do you think we did with our blending today?
Dad.
Good. And then what about finding the starting sounds? Do you think it was okay or a little bit tricky?
Dad.
Good. How about the ending sounds? Do you think the ending sounds were good or a little bit tricky?
A little bit tricky.
That's okay, because we can work on that, can't we?
And with the two letters, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I keep on saying the first, the whole
So
way.
what do you think we should practice next week?
I think we should practice some more with the two letters, because I keep on saying the whole letters instead of the two letters.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a really good thing that we could do. We could practice more of the two-letter blending, can't we?
And we could practice, see, like man, we could practice some more doing this at the end I start.
Yeah, we can, for sure. So shall we do that next week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, let me do my experiment.
Okay, let's do it. And I mean, right at the start, she said, oh, I did well with the blending, I did well with the writing, which, although we might not agree, it's important to sort of hear them out and hear what their evaluation of it is there. But what was nice to see at the end was when I said, oh, what do you think we need to practice more on? Right away, she said, the two-letter blending.
Absolutely, yeah.
So she's really mindful of, actually, today she didn't really do that well with the blending, even though she said she did. And this is what she wants to practice on
Exactly.
more.
So she really reflected on her learning, which is a very, very valuable and important skill to have.
It is.
So I think that's really, really good to see. But even what I found quite interesting is like when she had written that M there, it was actually really nice.
It was, because she wanted to do it.
This is the thing.
She wanted to do it.
Exactly.
Bye!
No, tell them bye nicely, otherwise they're going to be scared.
Bye.